Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to do a sweep demo. So I'm going to work on an aircraft, what's called the lower lobe. I'm just going to do something real simple, or I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. I want to arc. No. Arc that's going to start at 0, 0. And I will just make it fairly decent size. And I'm just going to do the bottom half. I'm going to create a extruded surface symmetrically. I don't know, 20 inches long. So in production, it's real common to create a bunch of intersections to a surface. So I'm going to make cross sections that would represent ribs going along the station cuts. I'm going to create a plane on this edge, normal to curve. Just give me one. Normal to curve. From this plane, I'm going to create multiple planes going along this. I'll go 5 inches and hit preview. Let's reverse that direction. I'll select OK. Alright, so I want to take this plane and intersect that to this surface. So that is under wireframe in the intersect command. So I'm in the feature intersect. This plane to this surface. So in the pop-up window, the first element was the plane, the second element is the extruded surface. Where those two intersect, it will create a curve. So that curve represents a station cut at this plane, which was 5 inches from this one. Okay. And now I can work from that. So this is a very common technique I've seen. I'm going to put a angle bracket that's got a 2-inch leg on it. So you go to plane, select this plane, and go 2 inches in the reverse direction, and select OK, and create that intersection. So now I've got 2 rails for this to follow. Now, it's awkward trying to create this on this small of a shape. So actually, you know what? I think I want to make this a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can do this. Let's make this radius 20 inches. Okay. I want to put an L-shaped profile on these two curves and have it follow the two curves. So the easiest thing here to do would be to create an axis, and the origin, I'm going to try and grab this point right here, that vertex, and I will select, well, you know what, I happen to do this at 180, so it's all going to work out really easy. I'm going to go ahead and grab this plane here and create a sketch on that plane, and I'm going to go normal to view. And I'm going to go ahead and let's go normal to view again. Create a profile. Just a real quick one. Okay. I'm going to just auto constrain that real quick. And I'm going to lock it to the axis. So I'm going to coincident the axis and the horizontal, so they're linked together. Try it again. Coincident this vertical line and that. Okay. I don't like how I did that. Those constraints there. So I'll delete that one. Delete that one. And see if I can't just let the computer do it. Auto constraint, because I got lazy and didn't pick my references. It made up its own references to dimension from. So I prefer to have the overall, so I'm going to go 2 inches and 2 inches. I'm going to exit that and pop back into my ISO view. Alright, so now I'm going to create a rib that follows this. Think of it as like a railroad track, where you have the two railroad tracks here, and these two endpoints are going to be the wheels that are going to follow the railroad track. We're going to go to sweep surface using explicit, and the type I'm going to use is 2 guide curves. Guide curve 1 will be this one here where I have that 0, 0 origin. Guide curve 2 will be the other railroad track, or the other curve we're going to follow. So it's going to follow those 2 guide curves, and it asks for anchor point 1 and anchor point 2. So anchor point 1 will be that vertex here, Anchor point 2 will be that vertex down in there. God willing, it can grab it. I got the anchor point preview. Select OK. I'll try and change the color here. So you can see the gray profile, the L-shaped extrusion is following along that surface. What's really cool nowadays is we didn't have that ability to modify anything. You did a lot of erasing and recreating. So for example, if I decided to change the sketch, no, wrong sketch. If I decide to change this sketch from 20 to 50, when I exit out, it's able to handle that, and everything else is just modified and magically fixed to adjust accordingly. Had I had a drawing, the views would automatically adjust. Some dimensioning and some of the notes and leader callouts would probably have to get adjusted too, but the drawing would recognize all the changes. Alright, I'm going to stop this video and I'll create another video to continue on. This technique here is using two guide curves. Again, when I use two guide curves for the sweep surface, I like to think of that as following the railroad tracks. So wherever the anchor point on the profile is, that will be where the first wheel will follow the first guide curve. The anchor point on the second wheel will follow the second guide curve. Alright, so you are going to create a Word doc, make a picture that looks like this to demo with two guide curves.